Да, сука. Так,
Получилось?
да, секунду. Смотри, значит, что я сейчас делаю. Я сейчас создаю зум. Самая больная хуйня здесь в том, что я боюсь за звук. Блять, инсталлинг апдейт. Да, да, зум, не переживай. Когда угодно можно устанавливать апдейты. Выбрасывать меня с аккаунта можно когда угодно. Так, смотри, я создаю митинг. Можешь зайти на этот митинг сейчас? С другой комнаты. А, нет, нет, стой, стой, не так, не так, сейчас не так. Не получится. Блять, сейчас. Сейчас, секунду. Так, ты, значит, заходи вот сюда. Не, нихуя. Я зайду вот сюда. Сейчас. Так. Секунду. Так, это я, сука, что? Да, окей, хорошо. Ебать, а как ссылку на стрим дать вообще? Это я понимаю, охуительный стрим. Угу. Да, блядь, да ёбаный ты, Google. Ну зачем же, ёб твою мать. Угу. Так, заходи на стрим. Блядь, жопа чувствует, что пойдем. Надо же подрочить самому себе. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. А? хуй нам. Я не знаю, что делать. А задержка, она и видео, и аудио же? А, ну да, не может быть по-другому. Блядь, я реально не знаю. Ну, типа... Нет аудио. Вот аудио, которое есть, это мое аудио.
Может, я там в зуме не включу?
Вот смотри, вот я сейчас буду... Вот 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Есть?
Да.
Все, настроено.
Окей, сейчас отойду.
Угу.
В чате трансляции ссылки кидать на вопросы.
Ссылки кидать надо.
Ты говоришь, ты их куда-то выписал или мне их выписал?
Да выпиши лучше,
Я могу с
блядь.
преза его просто брать,
Ну, с преза, да похуй.
Окей. С аккаунта Лёрд Мэй, с аккаунта Стейси Мэй.
Стейси, наверное, значит. Угу.
Тебе еще нужна нахуй?
Блядь. Где эта ебучая ссылка? А, вот. Очень стрёмно уходят рассылки. Ты не можешь отправить рассылку в 11. Сука, не можешь. Она может уйти за 30 минут. Она сейчас за 40 минут ушла. Что это такое, блядь?
Надо молчим тогда приходить, ну что это лучше. Ну, я, помнишь, у нас тоже были тогда такие проблемы. Но я тогда писала в техподдержку, и когда техподдержка реагирует, они, видимо, как-то вручную там.
Это Unicenter или как его там?
Да, в Unicenter. И ну вот тогда они ответили, сразу сами что-то подкрутили, и все пошло отправляться. Они сказали, что это чисто баг, что это не то, что мы там что-то
Дай
направили.
боженька, блядь, дай
Что
боженька
что-то не
просто.
так.
Так, зайка, сейчас надо будет маленькую вещь сделать, а ну. Сука, сейчас. Угу. Ты чё, сука? Так, а вот сейчас меня должно быть потихонечку слышно, да? Потихонечку, по чуть-чуть, понемножечку. Но проблема в другом. Слышно ли меня вот так? Блять. Нет, блять, это не вот так. Это, блять, вот так, нахуй. То есть это звук был не с зума. Это звук был с микрофона.
Может, там нужно зайти в настройки без звука, тоже его как-то.
А. Технический звук вот так был. Да, вот так вот. Если кто-то будет вот так вот сидеть, у нас включенный, блядь, звук на компе, ничего не перебивает, ничего не свистит по ходу дела. Вот тогда звук будет. Во всех остальных случаях звука не будет. Я не понимаю тогда, как мы с Василием записывали. Ну, по смыслу оно работает. Ну, это, блядь, очень ебаная хуйня.
На крайний случай, если ты понимаешь, что именно с твоего там телефона звук идет, потому что ты владелец аккаунта.
Да, никак не связано с владельцем аккаунта. АБС звук отсюда забирает. АБС забирает звук с моего микрофона, с компа,
Вот.
а не с устройства.
Ну, будешь, значит, сидеть компа слушать на полную зум, чтобы звук с него шел, и комп слышал его.
Да, но любой шум вокруг будет звуком в презентации. Ладно, давай всех звать.
Мне вот
Да похуй. Ну, я лучше, наверное, в комнату пойду, потому что я не смогу так пролежать, блядь, все это время.
я тут буду, да?
Угу.
Вот оно, блядь. Вот, сука, что будет. Всю трансляцию, нахуй.
Где все? А, вот.
Хироши, да, присоединился. Хироши Джан, салам алейкум.
Привет. Привет.
Салам алейкум, брат.
Так,
Даже не реагирует. Ну что за человек такой, а? Хироши Джан, как твои дела?
да, погоди, сейчас. Мне нужно кое-что. Ну ладно. Так. Мне скинуть, да, эту ссылку вот к спикеру.
Кого скинуть?
Спикеру.
А, ссылку? Да, да. Да, все это боевая ссылка. Она такая и будет.
Какая будет,
Да,
да?
да, да.
Мы уже типа созвонились с этим парням и как бы вместе посмотрели адженду, ну, в смысле, там, как бы сценарий сегодняшний.
И чё, как?
Вроде все окей.
Привет.
А ты водку пьешь?
Да, я пью раки, я в Сербии. С утра пораньше.
И такой расслабленный.
Тебе кажется, это маска.
Маска, блядь. Закончится вебинар, я тоже буду расслабленный, нахуй.
Я просто сидел здесь, это кофейня в моем доме. Любимое кофейня лучшего баскетболиста в Западной Сербии. Вот. И, в общем, не помню, неплохое место оказалось. Прикольно люди. Паркет. Как настроить? Запад довольно. Я вопрос по поводу вопросов. Есть какая-то команда, ну, то есть у нас есть же Семен еще, не очень. Надо ли нам как-то по очереди что-то писать, переформулировать этот вопрос, вообще какая задача?
Тут на самом деле история такая, от сегодняшних вопросов зависит очень мало, если честно.
Да.
Да, потому что мы в любом случае, когда будет автовеб, будем эти вопросы вручную переписывать, вне зависимости от того, как и кто их сегодня задаст. Поэтому тут вопросы сегодня будут чисто для Хироши, на самом деле, чтобы он просто озвучил на них ответы, а дальше мы уже поставим сообщение так, чтобы было полное ощущение, что он просто отвечает под вопросы. Ты говоришь, что будет наш замечательный Семен, да, еще?
Да, я просил подключиться, потому что я думаю, возможно, какая-то дополнительная поддержка.
Окей.
Если не знакомы, да.
Это хорошо. Это очень хорошо. Так, Хироши Джан, ты вопросы... Сейчас есть вероятность, что Хироши вопросы нет, правильно, на самом деле. Хироши Джан, вот тебе
Вопрос.
Вопрос извечный. Зачем? Да почему?
Please. Hi.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello there.
how's it going?
Hi.
How's it going? Wonderful to meet you. This is Everett.
Nice to meet you. Hiroshi, about questions I send you. So this is the questions that highly likely somebody or everybody will ask you. So if you will answer to these questions during the Q&A session, will be lovely. I mean, this is a pretty standard shit.
So you mean so we shouldn't answer the question during the presentation or discussion?
No, I mean,
Does that mean?
I mean, this is the questions like for a Q&A session. So this is the partially questions that we think pretty everybody will be interested in.
You mean the questions which you created?
Yeah. I mean, if you see some questions in chat, and you can answer like with pleasure, but at least try to answer this one. I think we need to cover some of them. So I mean, like 50%, 60%, but they're pretty similar. I mean, the first one, Japanese regulation rules, what the different, what should know to start, and so on. So probably this is the one question, and this is the one answer, right? And others, they are in groups by topic. So the topic about the regulation, the topic about business culture, the topic about language, and so on, so on. So they are grouped.
But maybe we will discuss them with Shina-san.
For sure.
Within the discussion session.
For sure. You could have different opinions. You can have whatever you want. So, yeah. And you're mirrored. If it's fine for you. Mirrored. I mean, зеркально отраженные, понимаешь? Mirrored.
Mirrored.
Да, у тебя пульсар наоборот написано. But it happens. It's fine. I mean, if everybody will be like this, it's fine. It's fine.
So, guys, let me introduce the Shina-san.
Hi
again.
Nice to meet you. Sorry for coming in while your conversation. Thank you for having me.
That's completely fine, my bro.
He's now in Thailand or Indonesia?
Yeah, I'm in Indonesia for a tech event. It's called a Tech in Asia conference.
Oh, Tech in Asia. It will be, or it already done?
Oh yes, it's going on. It's today and tomorrow. So like it's a 2-day conference.
Finally, they all came back to the after COVID, right?
So is there anything like I should check or I should know about before starting, or are we good?
Yeah, Vlad. So can you So I basically told all the scenario today, and
so
do not have anything to check or
sound check, video check, So your sound perfect, your video is perfect. That's fine. About
Awesome.
about the scenario. So we have like 7 points there. So the very first thing, I will just make some small walkthrough. And the very first thing is like a sound check. So we need to ask people, are they hear us or not, and so on. Like a 5 minutes for this. Write a plus to the chat if you can hear us, and blah blah blah. So to understand, are they hear us or not. The second part or the first part, like my mindful part, is like say hello and tell more about what we will talk about today, like small agenda. So agenda is we will give them a presentation with marketing report. We will give them a like panel discussion or like small discussion with you guys. The third part is the Q&A session, and the fourth part is like today we discussed this and this and this, and thank you everybody for being with us. Somewhere in the middle we need to put something about the Pulsar and something about the learning program of Pulsar to go to Japan. So like we have this learning program, this doing this and this. Probably answer some questions about this program. I put them on a list with the questions. So that's pretty all. If you guys have something about panel discussion, I mean, do you know what we want to discuss? As far as I know, Hiroshi have a questions, right? So if there is ready, so we are ready and steady. Hiroshi, do you know what will be on a panel discussion? I mean, in discussion, like panel. I say panel because I don't know why. Because so let's say discussion.
So we have several topics I can send you now.
Yes, send us in to the chat, like to make it easier. I think the main idea of this webinar, the very main idea, the great idea of this webinar is to show people that Japan market is very, I don't want to say simple, but very friendly, very huge in the meaning of people, of money, and so on. Very communicative, very collaborative, and very nice for me. Especially, it's very beautiful as well. So for Stacy as well, we love Japan, to be honest. And
yeah, that's true.
And to show people that it is pretty easy to go to the Japan market. I mean, it's not so hard with the pain to go to the market. It's not there. So to let them think that we can help them at the first point, and the second point is Japanese people is very friendly. Japanese people is very open, and they very open to their business, their ideas, and so on. So if today it will be more about how they can penetrate this market, how they can maybe grab this market with their startups, with their for sure great idea, will be lovely. And the main call to action that we need to show is link to this form for 30-minute diagnostic. So we need to lead them to this diagnostic. If we can do this, that's lovely, that's perfect, that's like all our aims will be targeted.
Okay, I get it. So like I guess covering like many of like the benefits for like getting into the Japanese market at an early stage, things like that, I think.
Early or even
something
middle
that-
stage, to be honest, and even middle stage, because we just met a lot of startups that say, hey, we are pretty huge in Europe, or we don't want to go to Japan because this is a hard market, blah blah blah, you need to be Japanese, you need to know Japanese language, and so on, so on, so on. And after like some conversations, some discussions, they realize that this is like a stereotype. So we're right now we're trying to go with this stereotype, because this is pretty crazy.
Okay. So Makino-san, you just sent me a list of questions. Like, at what point are we covering these? And
So this question made by these guys, and if we do not have any question from the audience, they will send these questions. As I clearly understand that. Is it true?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You said
Okay,
it
so
in-
for the discussions, we're going with the same topic, right? Like as we planned.
Yeah, as you planned. So yeah.
Perfect. Do I need to speak? Okay. Do I mainly answer this, or should Makino-san answer this, or like how should we like balance this out, like for the questions?
Maybe. So I will pick the questions to you.
All right.
Something like that. If you cannot answer, so I will also like
Yeah.
mutual
That'd be very helpful.
collaboration.
Awesome. Okay. Where are you guys based in right now? Like your other members?
Bulat and Anastasia from Russia. Mark is now in Belgrade.
Oh wow. Okay. Really,
Yeah.
really international.
It's Serbia, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope it goes well. I'll do my best to, explain the benefits and how it's nice to really know about the Japanese market and penetrate it. So.
Pretty. And actually, Sina-san already has got some like contact from LinkedIn from the Eastern Europe guide, right?
Only some. I got some requests.
Yeah.
So thanks to you guys.
That's cool.
So I guess we wait. Are we doing this on this Zoom call, or are we moving to Google Meet again?
No, on this Zoom. This Zoom will be streamed to the YouTube.
Okay, so when we should like turn on the microphone and the camera?
When? Wait, where? What?
When?
Like,
I mean, like we have 20 minutes left.
Yeah, we have 20 minutes left. So this is like 19 minutes left. But still.
I mean, can I switch off the camera and the microphone, or?
Yeah,
I should.
Can you sit with the turned off camera or microphone? Sure.
Yeah.
Bro, sure. Okay. You can do anything you want. But still, yeah, if it's possible, just turn it on. If it's possible, for sure. Like, this is like respectful to the viewers, or even me. You see that? With this video, with camera.
I'm like, okay.
Yes, it's rare situation. To be honest. Yeah. Sorry, Shin.
Okay, so when the time comes, I'll switch on my video and camera, microphone, I guess.
Sure,
so, yeah.
Sure. If anybody don't have any questions, yep. See you in 20 minutes.
Just let's clarify. We need to stay here in this room, right?
Yep.
I need to use the same link, or I need to. I'll get another link.
No, we use same link.
All people same link.
Like no. For speakers, it will be this link. For viewers, it will be another link.
Maybe I need to use another link for.
Yeah. If you like to want to be just viewer, another link. I will send it.
Yeah.
Did you receive the email? Did you receive the email?
Oh yeah, great. Thanks.
Perfect.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
Perfect.
See you guys. Thank you. Good luck.
See you guys. Не, нахуй не упала, я им буду просто кидать. так вот. Я сейчас, наверное, буду уже потихонечку рассылку делать.
Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
Так, я думаю, что 137 гигабайт мне явно хватит, блядь. Сука, какая нервная хуйня, блядь. Это еще не ты делаешь, это пиздец просто. Если честно,
Типа всю самую грязную работу на себя нанести.
ну, мягко говоря, меня это раздражает.
Да,
Мягко говоря. Мягко говоря, меня раздражает, блядь, такое. Сука, ненавижу эти все настройки вещей, которых я, блядь, в первый раз трогаю, и чтобы вот за час оно заработало.
Ну, не в том, что первый раз, а оно каждый раз как первый раз. Вечно там что-то виснет, идет не так, что-то меняется.
На самом деле тут лоховство, потому что надо было, ну, с другой стороны, я еще ебало говорил, потому что, не, ну, с другой стороны, ну, а что я раньше не пошел? Что вчера не пошел? Справедливо сколько? Что Team Group назвали, да, на определенный день, там, Team надо все настроить. Мы же говорили об этом, говорили, а что потом сделали? Поебали, блядь, кто же сам долбоеб? Ну, тут как бы, поэтому я и молчу, никого не обвиняю, типа, ну, сам долбоеб, сам долбоеб.
Глобально просто ситуация, что Павел даже не присутствует на этих звонках.
Ему, он не очень хочет ебалом светить.
Нет, я говорю про организационные звонки.
А
То есть он вообще такой
списывает.
делает там.
А, это да.
А мне обращать.
Мне напоминает это работу с этим самым, с форсом, если честно, в какой-то момент.
Есть маленькая разница. За конкретную работу, вот, которую ты делаешь, workforce платит.
Очень хорошо.
Важность инвестировать, это определенно.
Не, говорю, потом вечером еще зашел. Вечером вообще. Я реально подзаебался. Чай перейдем.
Марк не добавил описание. Марк не добавил описание.
Он говорит, ну, сделайте, как вы в переводе означает. Но я не хочу писать, но вы напишите. Ну, вы напишите. Да еще Марк не додумается. Слушай, мне похуй. Я напишу имейл, сделаю рассылку. Если Марк не додумается с этого имейла что-то забрать, это же не моя проблема, правильно? Ну ты делал плохо, ты делал плохо. Ты подумать должен, почему я подумал о трансляции, о зуме, о хуюме, о том, чтобы вопросы задать. Почему я подумал, ты не подумал? Ну не подумал, это же, ну, человек какой-то. Понятно, тебе не надо. Я что чувствую сейчас тупо никого, блядь.
Она слева.
Ты что, ебанулась, что ли? УБС попытался камеру вырубить просто.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so we will start today's our webinars. So I like to check our the guest and the audience and the connections also. Okay. So if you can you hear me? If you can hear what I'm talking about, then please like write plus in your chat space. And also it will be really welcome if you can write your name and where from, what do you do. So today the like our first how to enter Japanese market. So please write what you do in chat space. Oh yes. Thank you, Shino-san. Yes. So we have still we are still waiting our audience. Yeah, so we already have several people and they are waiting. So in 2 or 3 minutes we will start. Okay, so thank you for coming. If hear me, so please write your plus in your chat space and write your name, where from, and what you're doing about your startups. Okay, so maybe we will start. So at first, I want to talk about today's agenda. We'll have two main sessions. The first session will be the presentation session. So I'm gonna talk about the overview of the Japanese venture market. And the second session, that will be the discussion with our guest speaker. So later I will introduce you guys with our guest speaker today. And also several tips today. So you may know on so we have some kind of chat space, and in chat space when I'm gonna talk about the presentation, we will send you some useful links with which you can see some like original information sources and some useful materials. And these kind of materials you can see, you can read and see and in English. So I hope it will be help for you to consider Japanese market entry. And also at the end of the today's event, we will send in the chat space the Google Forms. If you fill out the Google Forms, we can invite you to our like one-to-one session, and you can talk about your startups, and we will like have some kind of consultation session how we can support or how you can go to the Japanese market, etc. So and also of course after this webinar, we will send you the marketing report which we created for today, and we will send you by email. So anyway, during today's event, we will send really useful like links and materials and the Google Forms in chat space. So please stay until the end of today's event. Okay, so then introduce you guys with our guest speaker. So today we have Mr. Sina, Everett Tatsuhiro Sina. You can see here. So he before he had 2 years experience working at Bond. This is a startup with Japanese language teaching platform for users in Southeast Asian countries. And after that, he had a 2.5 experience in supporting Japanese startups expand overseas and also foreign companies at JETRO. JETRO is the Japanese governmental organization which help the startups and the SMEs and the enterprise regarding the investment, the exporting, etc. And recently, he resigned from JETRO in September, and now he's going to go on the backpacking journey for to the world, and he will he's running the YouTube channel and make an interview with the startup entrepreneurs, startups, founders, and investors from all over the world. So maybe later he will come to the Eastern Europe, in which you may now located. So please send him the request to the LinkedIn and to communicate, and maybe you will welcome the Shina-san in your country. So we will already start the first our session. So my presentation about overview of the Japanese market and Japanese venture market. Let me go on to the my presentation. So today, at first we are gonna talk about our venture capital, which is called Pulsar. We help the startups explore a new market and expand globally. Actually, we are a venture capital platform that has been sourcing and investing in startup and IT business since 2009. So we are already standing on the market already 14 years. With our support, more than 1,000 entrepreneurs and founders have completed our program and received investment support. And as a venture capital, we already invested more than 60 deals in US, Europe, and Latin America, Latam, and Asia. So here you can see our team. So again, my name is Hiroshi Makino. I'm a managing partner from Pulsar. So basically, I'm covering the management itself, and also, of course, I'm responsible for the Japanese market. And of course, we have several experts, founders. You can see here. As investment target, here you can see our focusing the industry, starting from the industry 4.0. We are actively working with fintech, and we have the sports tech vectors, and also media entertainment, and we are really loving the mobility startups. And of course, we have the vectors of the Web 3, Web 3.0, and crypto. As I said, so we are a global venture capital platform. We are covering US and Central Europe and the Balkans and Latam, and of course Japan, and also MENA. So we are not only covering the Japanese market. If you have interest to other market, feel free to contact us too. So on to our main about Japanese market. So we have basically the main agenda. So at first, I'm gonna talk about the overview of Japanese economic situation, and after that, I will talk about the venture market and the startup ecosystem in Japan. And lastly, I will touch about social trends of Japan. I hope it will inspire you. Maybe your product fits the Japanese market, etc. So at first, I'm gonna talk about overview of Japanese economic current situation, right? In short, what is the attractiveness for the Japanese market? So, with the 3 points. The first, the market size. So we have in Japan we have a huge economic volume, and the second is we have a really stable society, and third, we have the really unique consumer trends. So let me introduce, explain separately. So as I said, in Japan we have the huge economic, and this is the 3rd largest GDP country in the world. And besides except the economic the burden itself, our venture market has been also growing. In the last year, we had more than 3,000 deals, and more than 66 billion US dollars. So Japan is nevertheless we have the huge like economic like society. The Japanese society itself is really stable and reliable. So the Japan is the actually second stable administrative and legal systems. So Japan maybe like Japanese people are really like hardworking, and they are very honest, and I can say like transparent. That's why the Japanese like administration and the legal system is transparent, is very open. It's easy to if you somehow know Japanese language, basically it's easy to understand. Of course, the problem is the language barrier, but basically the system itself is very transparent. And also, we have the transparent business structure, business culture. Comparing for example, China and Russia, if you don't have to like contact, you don't have to have a contact with the business owner or top manager. Basically, you can reach out the company and start to have a conversation with them. If you could reach out the correct person, then you can negotiate with them, and they have own decision making. They can make a decision for your deal. So this is a relatively different from the this kind of like countries such as China and Russia. And also here you can see the several foreign services such as Microsoft, Google, Apple, something like that. So Japan is really open to foreign services, foreign products. And we do not have any at this moment regulation to use the foreign product. And maybe you may know about the Apple. Actually, if you come to Japan, you can buy the Apple product cheaper than most of countries. It's because of the taxation between Japan and the US, and especially with Apple. So this is that's why the Japan has a lot of iOS users than Android, which is really unique in the world. And actually, you can find a lot of cases that the foreign services are really popular in Japan. So here are some digital landscape. So basically, Japan is in Japan, the smartphone, PC, and the internet is really accessible. The society itself is already mature, and also what is unique in Japanese market as the from the viewpoint of the consumer trend, then we have the more than 60% of the middle class, which is like really ready to pay for the services. What does it mean? What does it mean? Actually, the Japanese society is really like mature, and as you may know, we have a lot of old people, and the population is started to be decreased a long time, and the shrinking is shrinking. And so someone say like Japan is like the market volume is shrinking. However, we have a huge volume the mix middle class people. They are really curious for the new technology, and they are really health conscious, and that means they are ready to pay for the new services. That's why in these years we have the huge like boom of the SaaS services, because the middle class were always ready to pay. And in Japan, we have the big trend of the SaaS service in any fields. As you can see here, we have as Japan, we have a lot of global brands such as Toyota, Nissan, like Canon, Sony, etc. And which means if you enter the Japanese market, your service and product will be recognized that your product is like high quality, because our society and Japanese people requires a high quality of the product. And also, of course, you have you have a chance to work with these Japanese enterprises, which is really popular in the world. So if you enter the Japanese market, it's not only because of the economically like potential, but also like we Japanese market could give you a huge credibility in the global level. So this was like the overview of the Japanese economic situation. Let me move on to the Japanese venture investment market and startup ecosystem. As I said before, we had in the last year we had more than 3,000 deals, which is more than $6 billion US venture deals. And in 2022, we had a record remarkable result of the venture investment in Japan, comparing some winter season for the venture investment in the world. Our Japanese venture market has been growing the past the 10 years, especially starting from the 2014. So you can see, So here you can see some startup which got a big investment. Like Go is like taxi app in Japan. The Caddy is the digital transformation platform for the Japanese or like manufacturer. Layer X is the fintech startups. The Cluster is they are developing the metaverse platform. Here you can see the basic landscape of the Japanese startup ecosystem, which is all the players are relatively similar to the world actually. So we have let's starting from the cooperation enterprises. So for the Japanese venture market, the enterprise and the cooperation has a huge role from the viewpoint of the investment and also cooperation, like collaboration with them. So the open innovation is one of the main topics if you are talking about the Japanese venture market. And we have the Japanese universities, which is ranked the world like the world's top universities, like some kind of Tokyo University, the Tokyo Technical Institute, something else. And also we have several mentors. We have a lot of mentors, and of course we have more than 200 incubators in Japan, which is unique for uniqueness of the Japanese investors, the venture capital. Actually, Japanese venture capital and investors originally from the banking or financial sector. So in Japan, the bank have a huge role in the venture investment. In the last trend, we are seeing that the local banks are trying to invest to startup. And also we should about the government's laws, because now we have a new not new, but a relatively new prime minister and the government, and they created the 5-year startup promotion plans. I will explain about it later. So let me say we should touch about the government and the role of the enterprises and some universities when we talk about the startup ecosystem. So first, regarding the government, they say the Kishida, this is the prime minister's name, the Kishida's the government created the 5-year startup development plan. So they have the three pillars, three vectors. This plan is promoting the startups, the startup ecosystem in Japan, and we are aiming to have the 100 unicorns and 100,000 startups within 5 years. So the plan consists of the three pillars. The first is the building entrepreneur talent and network. So the government pushing forward to create the creation of the startup ecosystem itself, and to create the human talent. And also they really help to create a startup from the university and even in school. The second pillar is the strengthening the funding and exit strategy. So let me mention about this within this pillar. The most interesting is Japanese government started to push forward the individual venture investment. I mean that focusing on the angel investors. They started to change the regulation for the taxation. for angel investors. So it allows the ordinary people to start invest the startups. And also we have several crowdfunding platforms in which you, as an ordinary people, you can give some money to invest in startups. So this is like some kind of trend that people started to invest the startups using this kind of taxation and the platform. And also Japanese government promoting innovations. That this is third pillar. They say tax measures to we have some tax measures, and especially to encourage open innovation. So open innovation is the important topic when you talk about the Japanese startup industry. The collaborating with enterprises is the key topic. And also the government started to review the public offering rules so that the startup could do IPO more effectively. And we have the population decreasing, and we have regulated, working resources is really important. So that's why the government started to review the restructuring laws so that the people could work in parallel or easily change the job, something like that. And besides except the IPO, of course we are pushing for the M&A. That's why and the government started to review the standards and the laws for the M&A system. And also we have the special economic zone for startups. Here you can see 8 cities in Japan which has recognized special economic zone for startups. In this city, actually they have the system of startup visa. So it the startup visa system allows you to come to Japan and start your business more easily. Before we had some kind of regulation to start your business if you are foreign founders, but with startup visa system, you could start your business with less investment. For example, you should just hire only 2 people or and as a funding the company, you should only prepare the 5 million yen, which is $30,000 US, something like that. So before it was much bigger, but the government could change some kind of these regulations. So if we are talking about the corporations, so here the first graph, the right hand is the expenditure of the R&D. So Japanese government, Japanese enterprises, they invest a lot of money to R&D, in which actually they could collaborate with startups. So from the expenditure of from R&D budget, some budget will come to the startup investment. And the downside, the center of the graph, this is the number of the members of the JVCA. JVCA is the Japanese Association for Japanese Venture Capital. And here you can see actually, so we have the VCs increasing the numbers, but the CVC, like CVC is the corporate venture capital, has also like a big ratio. And down, you can see that the graph of the business number of the business alliance with startup. It's from the enterprise side, so it is also growing. So basically we can say like the Japanese enterprise are ready to work with the startups, not only local startups but also the foreign startups. But this is the same as like the other the world. If you work to Japanese enterprises, so the like requirements from the enterprise side is of course more higher, and especially in Japan, the Japanese enterprise require the high level of the quality of your product. But you can say that like collaborating with Japanese enterprises, you can brush up your product to the global, the world level, and it could give you like, as I say, like big, huge creditability, the global market. So this is about the university. Actually, universities, especially like Tokyo University and the Kyoto University, some kind of other university ranked in the world top ranking, they started to push forward the startups from the university, like starting the funding establishing from the university. And Tokyo University and Kyoto University, they already have some own venture fund. And we can see here several like great startups from the university. For example, Ugrena, they are developing the fuel and food with algae, and they are very popular in Japan, in Japanese market in Japan, and they recently developed the fuel for Japanese airline, something like that. So university is also one of the key roles in the Japanese startup ecosystem. And in this slide, I wanted to say like the gap of the venture investment comparing to other countries. So it's like some kind of like the positive side and negative side. I mean, at this moment, Japanese venture market is still like small compared to the China and US. The amount of the money, the number of the deals. However, if we consider about the GDP volume, Japan has still a lot of a big opportunity to invest in the startups, because concern the GDP ranking with other countries, the venture investment should be much bigger, actually. So that's why some foreign venture investors, such as like Anderson Horowitz and K16, like a private fund, started to focus in the Japanese market, and they already have several like events in Japan, and some already have the branch in Japan. So here you can see the like what kind of type of investor mostly like give the money to the startups. So comparing to 2022 and 2023, the share of the venture capitalists has been decreasing, which means the Japanese startup ecosystem started to diversify. As I said, the big ratio of the venture investment from the Japanese enterprises. And as Japanese local bank started to invest in the startups, the share of the financial institution, the financial sectors started to growing. And also, as I said, like several foreign venture investors are coming to Japan. And in this year, in the next year, I am expecting that the share of the individual or private companies will be much higher than before because of the taxation. So this is there are top 10 startups fundraising in 2023. For example, Kyoto Fusioneering. This is they got a huge investment. This is like nuclear fusion startups. So Japan has a lot of the deep tech startups. Astral Scale is like also space satellite startups. And Go is a taxi app. CAD is like digital transformation for the manufacturing. Layer X is the fintech startups, or also the digital transformation. And Cluster is the metaverse startups. Enito is they are developing the several data apps. Terra Motors, they are developing a charging infrastructure for EV. So of course we started to discuss the EV trend. And the Musin is developing the industrial robot. The robot industry is of course really popular, famous as a Japanese Japan business. So here like top exit deals in Japan. So Kama is a fintech startup acquired by the MUFG. MUFG is one of the biggest bank in Japan. Original Genomics is a DNA startup, like, and they are acquired by Moderna. Pacific Porter, like they are developing integrated working management for beauty business, etc., right? So I would say like the whole Japanese venture market, IPO is the most like popular exit story. But in these years, we started to discuss about M&A, and several startups creating their strategy to be acquired. So this is like relatively our new trend, M&A. So what kind of like sectors are more like popular in the startup industry for us? Like of course the IT and the ICT is the most popular. We have several like bio startups. And also the business services, it's like the service for enterprise. As we have a lot of Japanese global brand and enterprises, so the enterprise SaaS have a good big share also. And also, as I said, like we have the big middle class, which are ready to pay for the services. So that's why we have the consumer like sector is relatively has a big share. So lastly, I will touch some social trends and future startup in Japan. The first social trend of Japan is low birth rate. It's a little bit pity, but let me talk about it. So we have a low birth rate, and we have a really aging society. So 30% of the total population will be elderly people. But we, on the other hand, we have the unique startups which are developing several the unique technologies for elderly people. For example, ABBA and the Triple, they are developing the services and the devices which are sensoring when the elderly people pees and poops. And also Innovis developing the powered suits. So such kind of like technologies, the young people started to work on these kind of stuff. The second social trend is about digital transformation. So as I mentioned before, we have the top deals between with the startups which are developing the several like solution for digital transformation. Actually, the Japan is a really mature society, and we have like secure and stable infrastructure. But that's why our system started to be black box, and our infrastructure is started to be old. And we Japanese people know we should like change the business model using the newly like digital technologies, but it's really they are really struggling about it. So in this field, we have a lot of startups appearing. So there are several cases. For example, like Monster Lab Group, actually they have more than 1,300 people. This is kind of like a global DX consulting company. And they, in this year, in May, they did an IPO in Japan. They have a branch from Ukraine, and also they have some people from Gaza at this moment. So they have branches in more than 30 countries and the regions. Yes. So the Monster group is really huge. The other guys like CPO are also developing the platform for digital transformation at the world logistics sphere, something else. So these kind of startups are growing more and more. The last social trend is about the Japanese countryside. So many people like recognize Japan as like some kind of Tokyo or Osaka, kind of Kyoto, but actually Japan has a lot of like rural areas, and the people live not only, of course, in Tokyo, and Japanese government long time invested to the rural area. The problem we are recognizing is like the young people come to the Tokyo or the huge city, and they do not go back to the rural area. But we have the elderly people a lot in the rural area, and the population is decreasing. The working age is also shrinking. Like the people of the working age is shrinking. And for us, like the rural area is really painful. We should work on these areas, and that's why the startups which providing some mobility services, some services for elders are appearing. Loop is like electric kickboard startups. Now they are providing the electric kickboard services mostly in Tokyo, but they start we already started to negotiate with the rural area. The Japanese government is expected to change the regulations more and more, and in the especially rural area. Randstad is like cloud sourcing platform because we have a really huge lack of the human talent in rural area. It's really tough to maintain the business. That's why the cloud sourcing platform has a big trend several years before. And also as a rural area, we have a really big problem about disease, like natural disease. So some kind of earthquake, tsunami, like some kind of typhoon. So this kind of stuff we should working on, and the Japanese government wastes a lot of money to do it. So this is the fourth social trend. So we have a 25 typhoon of 150 the earthquake. So it's maybe it's hard for you to imagine what's going on in Japan. But natural disasters like really a huge problem for us. And the right hand, the startups which has like the Japanese hieroglyph. Actually, they are developing some kind of solution how to predict the earthquake. So in the world, several like startups already started to develop this kind of solution, but this is really critical for us. And Japanese rural administration, they started to hold the acceleration program, which attracting the startups regarding with the natural disaster. So they are like correcting the startup which develop the solution against the natural disaster. So if you guys have some kind of solution product in this field, so please consider the Japanese market. It's really now required. So as a conclusion, in Japan we have a population of 126 million. So this is the third largest economy with the GDP of the almost 5 trillion US dollars, and with a big volume of middle class people which are ready to spend money for their services. The second is stuff that trying to solve the social problem, right? And but the social problems, as I mentioned before, like social trend, are becoming more serious, such as the low birth rate, the natural disaster, and the rural problem, something like that. And the third one, the government has announced the startup support system, like startup promotion 5 years plans. So which is really good because finally Japanese government really pushing for the Japanese startup ecosystem and attracting foreign investment also. So this is some kind of like the turning point for Japanese venture market at this moment. So please consider Japan market is like as your new market opportunity. So for the first part, maybe that's all. I think you have this, a lot of questions, but we after the second session we will have some kind of Q&A session. So let me go on to the next session with it's like a discussion with our guest speakers. Okay, so Sina-san, thank you for waiting me. Thank you for waiting.
Thank you,
waiting
Hiroshi-san,
your
for having me. I'm Everett. Nice to meet y'all.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you. So at first, maybe I will give some time to you, like to introduce yourself. What you're doing,
Okay,
what
thank
you
you
have
so
done.
much. Okay, so to briefly go over my background, I used to work for a startup for 2 years in Japan. It was an edtech startup where we provided a Japanese language learning platform for users in Southeast Asia, like Indonesia, Vietnam, etc. And so that was my first job. And then after that, I started working for JETRO. It's a governmental organization in Japan. And I was supporting Japanese startups to expand overseas and also foreign companies to come into the Japanese market. And so I was working for the government. So, like Makino-san said, just to explain, like the government has been using a lot of budget recently to support these like startups and make more like unicorns come out of Japan and such as like that. So like the policies have been really changing and like the amount of the budget is changing and there's like a lot of programs going on right now in Japan. So like I was in charge of like creating and organizing these programs. And I recently quit JETRO last month and now I'm on a backpacking journey to actually interview startups and people who do work related to startups like VCs and accelerators in each country. So I'm doing this for a year for maybe at least 50 countries to upload it on my YouTube and my Twitter, which I'm updating actively. And well, thank you so much for having me. And I'll be happy to share some insights on like the Japanese market and on like some strategies on like how to actually get into the Japanese market effectively.
Okay. Also, Shino-san, thank you for your introduction. Actually, your history or like your decision is really unique for in the Japanese venture market. The JETRO is one of this is the biggest the governmental agency which really engaged the Japanese startup ecosystem, right? So maybe we will start from the like governmental support from the JETRO side. So can you what do you think what do you think about the recent changes of the governmental support and can you share your insight about regarding the Japanese governmental support for startups?
Well, first of all, for like all the budget, well, like we like I don't know, like maybe like 5 times the budget we've had like before compared to like we've had before, and most are like used for like to connect like Japanese startups to companies overseas and bringing overseas companies to Japan. So like really focusing on internationalization. This is mainly because like Japan is a pretty we do have a lot of international companies, but especially our domestic Japanese startups, it's really hard for them to like really internationalize and expand overseas. Mainly because we do have a huge market and we have many of us don't speak fluent English, so that's what like we have many barriers that don't. It's really hard for us to really go outside of Japan. So I've been focusing while I was in JETRO, we were focusing really on sending these entrepreneurs and giving them opportunities to meet people overseas and actually go to like San Francisco and many other countries because we have like offices everywhere in the world, basically like about 80 countries, I think. And so that was like my main activity I was doing, and that's how it's really changing.
Okay, so this is like mostly about the Japanese startup going to the global market, right? So the JETRO has a big support to like send the Japanese startup to the global How about the opposite side? For example, like JETRO supposed or Japanese government supposed foreign startups to come to Japan?
Yes, that's budget for that has been getting bigger as well. We've been focusing on bringing foreign startups, even at like an early stage, for open innovation. Just like Kino-san has explained, like the enterprises, they all have like the money like in Japan, but they're always open to open innovation and collaborating with startups overseas. But the thing is that many of like the corporates don't know like what's really going on overseas, so they're really looking for opportunities to meet startups, I think, overseas, and we've been helping with matching them with like foreign startups.
Okay. Interesting. It's to like our audience. So if you have questions about this topic, or like about the Shino-san, so feel free to write into chat space. So we will cover within this session, or like we will answer your question after the event. So feel free to write your question in chat space. Sorry, Shino-san. Okay. So maybe the next topic, we talk about like the governmental support, right? So for example, like if we have some kind of like the startup from the Eastern Europe, which really want to come to the Japan market. So if at first maybe they will do some kind of research, right? And maybe they try to come to Japan first and to make make a connection with startup community, something else, or like investors. So like a more practical approach, as a practical approach, how to get involved in the Japanese startup community for foreign like founders. So do you have some kind of insight?
Okay, thank you for asking. So yeah, that's like a really important part, especially when you're coming into the Japanese market, because like more than 99% of like the population is, first of all, it's Japanese. So all the business is going like it's happening in Japanese, and Japanese people are doing it. So it's really important to really get into the community and learning and having connections there. And what I see often is that like we do have a lot of international events and many people coming into Japan because of like a huge market. Many of the times, like the foreign people, they just gather together at events and they don't connect. They sometimes have hard times like connecting to like the Japanese people. But the thing is that the Japanese people, they're always open to, I think, to meet with like people from foreign countries. They're just pretty shy, and the thing is that their English isn't perfect. So the thing is, like, if you're just if you're coming to Japan and if you want to make connections, if you just contact them or just try talking to them by yourself, like, you would be successful, I think. So
you mean like not to just wait, like the Japanese people coming to you too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think that's very, very something important, and finding the right people, and because like if you find like the key person who has like the good connections in Japan, like the person would help you out for sure. And hiring like the key people is really important.
Okay. So if you come to the Japanese startup conference or the event, are there like key people there, for example, investors there, or like you should go inside some kind of like the closing inside community? So the Japanese startup community is like open in this meeting, or like?
I think that's a very good question, because like if you're at a big event, like most of the times it's I think like the probability of meeting the key person is pretty low if you're just meeting people randomly at an event, because it's just like random people. So I think it's really important to actually do research before coming to Japan and knowing who are like the actual investors that have cash, and who are like the key players, and who has like the really, like, just check like Twitter or like LinkedIn or anything, just check their followers and you'd be able to know. And if you contact beforehand, I'm sure you'll get some replies. And if you were able to meet them first, like maybe at events, like at the first part of the events, they will definitely like introduce you to people and let you know like where you should go during the events, I think.
Okay. So it's some kind of like the first step for the foreign staff to how to make a contact with the key person in the startup industry, right? So for example, in the Eastern Europe, the LinkedIn is really popular, right? Not really popular to be connected with the key person. So how about in Japan? So the LinkedIn's are working or the another channel or works in the different ways. So can you give some insight? Yeah.
Thank you for asking. I think you're like familiar with this too, but we not many people use LinkedIn in Japan, and yeah, so most of the people who works like maybe internationally would maybe have LinkedIn, but it's really we all mainly use Facebook, like for like people who work for like startups or like who invest in startups. So startup related people use Facebook all the time. So I think that's really different because like my friends in the US, they always surprise me when I say this because like Facebook is like only for like families and just and then they tell me like it's embarrassing to use Facebook for business, but then in Japan it's totally different. So Facebook, many people use Twitter too to actually promote their activities and things. So like looking for them on Twitter, and although it's in Japanese, you like translate it and things, and you'd know like what they're thinking and what they're doing. So like maybe DM throwing like their like sending direct messages on Twitter that would work out as well. And just like going on their homepage and just cold emailing, I think that would still work as well. Like I don't think that's hard. I mean, yeah, you get some replies, I think.
Yeah, quite interesting. Of course, like the social media, using social media in Japan a little bit different from the other countries. Okay, so let's touch some kind of points about the PR, because we like talk a little bit about the social media. So, what do you think? So, if the startup founders comes to Japan, so what kind of the PR or marketing strategy mostly like effective in the Japanese market?
That's actually a very, very good question. Obviously, like digital marketing, if you could actually do digital marketing and like sell your if for example, if you have a software, I think that would work out as well. But it's really important to actually like localize it and understand the market first, because it's very, very different from I mean, like the promotions and advertisements, the designs is really, really different to like what it is in like
banners or some kind of copyright.
Yes. Like even like big companies in Japan, like they sometimes have like like weird wordings and like designs like that looks weird for like Japanese people. So like it's really like I think it's really important to really like talk to Japanese people and check if it's like if it makes sense. I think that's one thing. And opening up events it would work out as well. Like for me, like I was working for Jetro, and we used to what I used to do was like let companies hold like events for free at our venue, and those are the type of things that you could do too, I think.
So participating event looks like more easily way to get contact with Japanese people. Am I right?
Yes, I think so. But the thing is that it doesn't always mean if you go to an event you get the connections. You really have to be you're gonna have to be like actively looking for people and talking to them yourself, and which is something that not many people can do, I think, like from my perspective. And so it's really important to go to the booths and talk to them, even though if they don't speak good English and they seem to be shy, just go for it and just like speak with easier English and be nice to them, and I think you'd be able to find some good connections in Japan.
Okay, so regarding so for example, okay, the startup founders understood that the localization is was really important. Then we should change some kind of copywriting. So we should change the banners, like some pictures, something like that. So this is really different from the European style. So we cannot translate from the like A to B, like from Europe to Japan. So we should know like the detail, like the nuance of the Japanese culture. So, however, what do you think? Can we find the people or young people who are ready to work with the foreign startups?
So a way to like hire people is that?
Yeah, hire people like or like the basic contract. So, what does young people think to collaborate with the foreign startups? They are like open to work with them, or like they are like more closed people.
That's a really good question. In that sense, I think like many are open. I think it's really changing because, especially because like the expenses and like the what should I say, like like for example, like we really know that the like the foreign economies are like really growing, and there are much like some of like the countries have like much more tech savvy people, and I think many of the people in Japan are really interested in working with them and meeting them and knowing more about it. It's just that they don't have the opportunity to. So and that's actually the hard part, because they might be like sort of like scared or like nervous when they actually get the job offer or like meet Eastern European company for the first time. But the thing is that I think like I think they are like genuinely like interested in what's going on overseas. So like if you take time and talk to them, I think they'd help for sure.
Yeah. I also think it's the same. So I mean, young people relatively already open to the global. So they, if you come to the, especially if you come to Japan, you meet the foreign people on the event. So the young people are like interested to work with them, or at least like to talk with them. So they are very different from the elder people. So they are more like globalized and very open.
Right.
And they are very good at the English speaking also.
I think one way is to like there are some like English events going on in Japan, and like when you go there are like some young people who are really eager to know more about tech and want to meet like countries from overseas. So like there are some like small events like that. So like it could be an opportunity to meet people like that, I think, in Japan. And just like LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, I'm sorry, like Twitter or something like that, because some like you could tell like what they're thinking and what they actually want and who they want to connect on like Twitter. So that's one way to do research and reach out to them.
Okay, maybe this is the last topic. So when we talk about like some kind of like how to make a contact and about the young people. So to be connected with the Japanese people, to be connected with the young people, we should know some kind of Japanese like the traditional culture, or like what do you think? How the Japanese culture like affect the relationship with the people, local people?
I see. Well, if it's a Japanese to Japanese, like like obviously Japanese people would expect you to be able to like know the culture and be polite, for example, because I think many of like the people from overseas, if they come to Japan, you'll find them really polite, and that there are like there are like, you know, a lot of like manners and rules, I think, in Japan. But the thing is that if you're a foreign person and if you're a foreign company, I think they would be, you know, accepting, I think. And it's not like they'll get, you know, angry or anything. But so I don't think it would be a really big issue. But maybe learning their culture could be a positive thing. But I don't think that's like a huge that would be a huge issue, to be honest.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, this is actually like honest opinion, direct opinion, I guess. So it is to again to our audience and to guys. So if you have if you think about some kind of like barriers and hurdles for considering Japanese market, so please like the chat space. So we will try to answer it. So how to solve it, the problem you expecting for market to enter Japan. So please feel free to write these things in chat space. Okay, so Sina-san, thank you for your discussion. It's really fun and it's really
Thank
insightful.
you so much.
Yeah, it's like the directly honest opinion, and I hope your journey to the world will be really successful. And I hope you will meet with guys the another country also. Sina-san, again, thank you. Maybe I finish this second session. I will a little bit explain about our soft landing program for Japan. So let me move on to the next session. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we are actually finishing our today's event. Before finishing it, I would like to explain or introduce our Go Japan program. So actually, we have the own soft landing program. This program is 3 months like individual acceleration program for basically scale up startup, but we are of course considering the early stage startup also, and these startups should be aiming to enter the global market and of course especially the Japanese market. Within the program, we provide a local team helping you to find the first customer, partner, investors, etc., so that you could make a decision to move forward about the new market entry. The program help you to validate the feasibility of the entering market within the 3 months. We aim that an entrepreneur could decide whether to keep working on the market or to change your strategy. So the 3 months, the aim of the 3 months program is like you at the end of the program you can say like, okay, I will continue to work on the Japanese market, or like I will quit because this is like too early for us. Like so, the aim of program is this. So as I said, like the within the 3 months program, we would like you to confirm all your hypothesis, and if you could see like a profit for the Japanese market, it will be really great. But the main point is we would like to help you to make a decision after the 3 months. Within the program, we will help you to find the first customer, find a POC, like pilot partner, investor who cover the budget for the market entry, and also we will help you to like find some subsidy or like a grant program to cover the first like expense for the market entry. And also we will help you to pass the local accelerator program. We will provide the team so that you could work on the program. So this is a like basic program steps. We start from the program diagnostics. So you can send us your like detailed information about your program, your product, and we will like talk with you and to more to understand more deeply about your product. And after that, we will start prepare some like materials, documents localized in the Japanese market. And also we will start creating a long list of your potential customer, potential partner, potential investors, etc. And after like sometimes one month, after 3 or 4 weeks, we will start reach out to the long list, and our team will have an introduction call to with your potential customer and partners. And when we get some positive feedback from your customer and your investor, then we will organize like calls, Zoom calls, and of course introduce you with your potential investor customers. And of course, after the meeting, we will continue to support the deal to so that you could find some first project. And after the program, separately, we will support. We will help you to come to Japan as a business trip, and on the basis of the long list and the short list, we will make some kind of load show, and we will give you opportunity to present your product to your investors and to like close the deal, something like that. So we will start from project diagnostics. So here's the more detailed information. So we will prepare with you together with you like the one pager, some pitch, the product pitch deck, investor pitch deck in the Japanese languages, and we will create a long list with for your potential customer and potential investors. And on the basis of that, we will reach out to your partners and make introduction calls. And so if we will get some positive feedback, we will organize a Zoom meeting with the investors, the customers, and we will support your deals. So within this soft learning program, actually, from our side, we also want to like validate your product market fit in the Japanese market. And after the 3 months program, we will prepare another 6 months support program so that you could establish your local legal entity. Maybe we are considering some kind of joint ventures, and if you could find some product market fit, then of course we will provide we will provide our investment in the model of the syndicate investment. And in order to find some product market fit, we will provide the HR support, IR support, and of course some advisory how to achieve the KPI. So this is the brief my introduction of our program. So if we will later send you some Google Forms, please fill out the Google Form. Then we can talk with you more deeply, and you can also like talk with us about your product. Then we will try to find your market entry opportunity within the this one-on-one session. Finally, if you have if you have questions, please write in the chat space. maybe we can pick one or two questions. Okay. Okay, so yeah, sorry. So we don't have enough time. So maybe we will finish this session, but please write your question to the Google Form, and we will answer one by one. Guys, thank you for coming again. Thank you for your time. I hope you will get interested in the Japanese market, and please feel free contact to us. We are ready to help you to enter the Japanese market. So after the event, you will get the Google form for one-on-one session, and also the marketing report, which I talked about today. Okay. So that's it. Thank you for your guys, and again, thank you, Sina-san. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
It was a great pleasure to talk with you. I hope your journey will be successful.
Thank you so much for having me. I think Japan, it's a huge market and there are many opportunities. So please, contact Pulsar for more help. And I'd be happy to connect you to people as well. So please feel free to send me a LinkedIn message if you're interested. So thanks.
Thank you. So we will finish it. Thank you, guys.